Max, a 13-year-old boy, clung to his seat as the plane plummeted through a violent storm. Lightning flashed outside, illuminating the chaos as the plane broke apart mid-air. His screams were drowned out by the roar of the wind and engines. Everything went black. When Max woke up, he found himself sprawled on a sandy beach. The sun shone weakly through scattered clouds, and the air was thick with salt. Around him lay the wreckage of the plane, pieces of luggage, and debris scattered across the shore. Distant, haunting roars echoed from the jungle beyond, making his heart race. Determined to survive, Max ventured into the jungle, his footsteps crunching on the undergrowth. The air was alive with the calls of exotic birds and strange rustlings in the trees. Pushing aside massive leaves, he marveled at the vibrant, prehistoric vegetation towering around him. Suddenly, he froze. Just a few feet away, a towering Stegosaurus grazed peacefully on ferns. Max stared, both terrified and awestruck. The dinosaur turned its massive head toward him, let out a low rumble, and slowly ambled away, disappearing into the trees. Max's ear turned to terror when a rustling sound behind him grew louder. He turned just in time to see a Velociraptor burst from the underbrush, its sharp claws glinting in the dappled sunlight. Max ran for his life, weaving through the dense jungle, leaping over fallen logs, and narrowly dodging the snapping jaws of his pursuer. Exhausted and desperate, Max stumbled upon a waterfall with a hidden cave behind it. He scrambled inside, the sound of rushing water masking his panicked breaths. Using pieces of wreckage he had collected, he blocked the cave entrance and collapsed, finally feeling a sliver of safety. While exploring near the cave one day, Max discovered a baby Triceratops tangled in vines. Its cries for help tugged at his heart. Carefully, he freed the small creature, which nuzzled him in gratitude. The baby dinosaur began following him everywhere, becoming his loyal companion. But the island wasn't all gentle giants. One fateful day, the ground trembled as a massive T-Rex appeared in a clearing. Its thunderous roar shook the trees as it sniffed the air, searching for prey. Max crouched behind a fallen tree, gripping a sharpened stick. He held his breath, praying the predator wouldn't find him. As days turned into weeks, Max learned to survive. Using vines and rocks, he crafted a spear and tested it in a shallow stream, catching fish to eat. His skills and resourcefulness grew as he adapted to his dangerous, prehistoric surroundings. One evening, the sky darkened, and the ground began to shake. In the distance, a towering volcano erupted, spewing lava and ash into the sky. Dinosaurs stampeded in panic, the ground quaking beneath their massive feet. Max ran for higher ground, narrowly avoiding the chaos as lava began to flow through the jungle. Realizing he needed to escape the island, Max constructed a raft using logs and vines. As dawn broke, he pushed the raft into the ocean and paddled away. Behind him, dinosaurs roared from the shoreline, the volcano's fiery glow casting an ominous light over the island. Exhausted but hopeful, Max drifted into the horizon, the island disappearing from view. Though he didn't know what lay ahead, he carried with him the strength and resilience of a survivor. A boy sits on a fragile wooden raft. His clothes are soaked, clinging to his frail frame, and his expression is one of exhaustion and fear. He clings tightly to the makeshift raft, his breaths shallow as he stares into the endless horizon, hoping for salvation. In the distance, a faint sound of a motor breaks the silence. A small fishing boat, weathered and painted in chipped blue, slowly approaches. Standing at the edge of the boat is a rugged fisherman, his yellow raincoat flapping lightly in the breeze. His face, lined with years of experience at sea, softens as he spots the boy. Steering closer, he reaches out, his calloused hand extended in a gesture of hope. The boy hesitates, his tired eyes locking onto the man's for a moment before he musters the courage to reach out. Their hands meet, and the fisherman pulls him up with a firm yet gentle strength. The boy collapses onto the deck of the boat, breathing heavily, his small frame trembling with relief. The fisherman kneels beside him, placing a reassuring hand on his back. The boy looks up, his expression a mix of gratitude and overwhelming emotion. In the distance, the sun dips closer to the horizon, casting the scene in a golden glow. The boat drifts silently on the open sea, carrying the rescued boy towards safety as the vast, endless ocean stretches out behind them.